Sanju Verma, to you first. Let's be very clear. You may have heard Priyanka Chaturvedi claiming that the EC is not a neutral body, that the order was written in the Home Minister's office. You've got the Congress now, Bhupesh Baghel, saying ED is being used to, in a way, browbeat the Congress. Somewhere do you concede that institutions, at least prima facie, appear from the external observer's point of view to be misused? The ED is hyperactive in Congress and opposition ruled states, inactive and inert in BJP ruled states.
You know, Rajdeep, Hindi mein there is a kahavat, Chitiyani bil khamba noche. You know, when you don't get the grapes are rancid. I won't dignify Priyanka Chaturvedi's statement. You asked her some very pointed questions and all I could see her doing was filibustering and engaging in whataboutery. She quoted Justice Ravana, and let me tell you, Justice Ravana on the 27th of June 2022 clearly said, when Uddhav Thackeray said that please first give a judgment on the disqualification of those MLAs who have abandoned the Uddhav Thackeray camp and joined Eknath Shinde, and it is only then that I will be able to take a judgmental call politically and morally about the impending floor test on the floor of Maharashtra Assembly. And Justice Ravana clearly said that there is no precedent that the disqualification of MLAs has anything to do with a floor test. We know our job. You go ahead with a floor test. The judgment pertaining to disqualification of MLAs or otherwise will happen when it has to happen. I have this question to ask Rajdeep. Why is it that when Uddhav Thackeray knew that he had a pretty good chance of proving the majority on the 30th of June 2022, which was the date set by the Supreme Court, what does he do? Late afternoon on the 29th of June 2022, Uddhav Thackeray throws in the towel and says, I have resigned, submitting his letter to the then governor, Mr. Koshyari. No, let me finish. Which basically shows that here is the chief minister who did not even have the confidence to go for a floor test. Today he's whining, sulking, cursing the BJP, Amit Shah, Narendra Modi. I asked Uddhav Thackeray this. If you were so confident that you had a good case, if you knew that you had worked for the people of Maharashtra, why is it that you were so scared to take that floor test on 30th June 2022? In hindsight, you can blame the Enforcement Directorate, you can cast aspersions on the Election Commission, but that is a typical characteristic of people who are electorally
let me give you figures. Let me give you figures when it comes to Enforcement Directorate in particular. 95% of the cases of the Enforcement Directorate since 2014 have been seen to target the opposition leaders. That it is in opposition ruled states that the Enforcement Directorate is there. Karnataka, there have been a list of several scams. Have you ever seen the ED going into Karnataka? Amit Shah goes to Meghalaya and says this is the most corrupt government in the country, a government which the BJP was part of. Have you heard of the Enforcement Directorate ever going to Meghalaya? Questions, therefore, are they not legitimate questions to be asked, ma'am? If in states where the BJP is ruled, there is no Enforcement Directorate, but in states where the opposition is ruled, like today Chhattisgarh, the Enforcement Directorate is seen to be hyperactive.
You know, Rajdeep, thank you today for not interjecting me. We are having a very sane debate. You've raised a very pertinent question. And I have this to say by way of a rebuttal. Why is it that nobody seems to understand that na khaunga na khane dunga is not just a platitude? You tell me. Should the ED not have investigated the National Herald scam? Is it the BJP which dictated the Supreme Court in 2016 when the Gandhis went with folded hands? Please watch the National Herald scam proceedings against us. What did the Supreme Court say? It said nothing doing. The proceedings will continue.
You're not answering my question. You're not answering my question, ma'am. Where is the ED in Karnataka? Where is it in Meghalaya? Where is it in states where the BJP is in power?
Arnav, sorry.
No, please don't call me Arnav. You can call me a lot of things. Please don't call me Arnav, but that's okay.
Sorry, that was an inadvertent slip.
Yeah, but please answer. Please forget the slip. Answer my question. Where is the ED in Karnataka where there are a series of scams? What is this khaunga na khane dunga has to apply for all, not just for opposition.
Question पूछा है तो जवाब सुनिए ना.
आप दे नहीं रही जवाब.
You are asking me a question, something you want to put words into my mouth. आप नहीं decide करोगे ना मैं क्या जवाब दूंगी. Gandhi, right? You cannot put words into Sanju Verma's mouth. Now let me tell you one thing. Be it, the National Herald scam, be it in Maharashtra, the Patra Chawl scam. Priyanka Chaturvedi was saying Shri Sanjay Raut ji. I found it so laughable. 672 tenants had to be given new flats. And what does Sanjay Raut go and do? He goes and sells 910 crores worth of floor space index.
I am asking you again. Ma'am, I will ask you again. I am now decided now I am going to ask you a question. You cannot run away from it. The Home Minister of the country has gone to Meghalaya 2 days ago, said it's the most corrupt government in the country. Why is there no ED investigation in Meghalaya?
Can you please stop talking when I am talking?
No, ma'am, you are not answering my question. When you don't answer my question, I will continue to ask it.
Do you have the audacity now to listen to what I'm saying?
You are not answering my question. Where's the ED?
Now I am answering your question. So, मान लेते हैं, Rajdeep Sardesai is very upset at the investigations against the Gandhis in the National Herald.
I'm not.
Rajdeep Sardesai believes Sanjay Raut is the incarnate of Raja Harishchandra.
Not said that. Don't put words in my mouth now.
Rajdeep, now you listen to me.
I won't listen to you if you don't answer my question.
I'm answering now. Please keep quiet. Don't heckle me. There was a historic judgment on the 27th of July 2022, and I challenge you, Rajdeep Sardesai, to run foul of the Supreme Court to engage in contempt of court. The entire opposition went and pleaded, saying Enforcement Directorate has become a tool of the Modi government. What did the Supreme Court say? While the case is still pending adjudication, as of now, the Supreme Court categorically said that the Enforcement Directorate has the right to not give a FIR to the so-called culprit. The Enforcement Directorate has the right to conduct suo moto search and seizure operations.
Okay. Producer, we have new rules now here.